Our breath is really determined by our diaphragm muscle, and our diaphragm muscle, right, comes in underneath our rib cage and all the way around. And that muscle can be weak from people who aren't used to breathing well and strong, but it can also be just very tight. And people are used to holding their breath, and they're used to protecting their root chakra and their solar plexus chakra. And that can actually block the energy of the diaphragm, and people can like kind of be a holding pattern of stress, like a holding pattern to protect. And their breath actually doesn't move much because they're always ready. We're always ready to react or protect themselves. So it can be a physical thing. And so when you do the Qigong and you check your breath at the end, like what we're saying here, after her breath settled, it got better. That's really great because now you actually know you can breathe that way. You're functioning, you're working. It's just that you might be turning that off at most of your day if that's not happening from posture, from muscle, or from stress. So that's really good. Your inhale is reflecting the ability of your kidney energy being able to grasp the chi of the inhale. So what that means is that when we do cultivating exercises in Qigong, breath is everything. And as we inhale, we bring in life force. Okay, your inhalation brings in life force. And that life force, if we know what we're doing, which you do, you bring it in, and I've talked to you about your lower dantian, right? All this part in here is like a singing bowl. I picture a singing bowl, but it's really like a bowl. I just like singing bowls. It's like a bowl, and it collects the energy and it holds it. It's your storehouse. And so when we bring in life force, and we understand that as we bring it in through our nose and we allow that life force to drop in, it's like we're watering ourselves, or we're sending food down, but we're sending chi down, and it sets, and then it holds. And then as we exhale, we let go of anything we don't need, but we don't bring that back up out of ourselves. Okay, so that's a tonification. We're building ourselves. And as that lower dantian begins to cultivate and build and build and build, it's like a cup of water that's filling up, and it fills. And this is what you use and I use every day of our life. This is our battery. So we just want to tap into the top of it so that we still have all this in the bottom. Then we refill it. And if we can overflow it, we want to just use the overflow and never tap into this. That's the goal. As you breathe in, what that's telling you is that, is your kidney energy, is this battery strong enough and connected enough? And you connect it through your brain. So this is where this brain work starts to work in. Is it connected enough for you to understand the intention to bring in life force and let that kidney energy grasp the chi? That's what that means, that it's grasping the chi and it's holding it. Okay. So when we exhale, that is showing the strength of our lung chi. So if we have a hard time exhaling, or our exhale is really short, it's just showing that we want to build up our lung energy. That's all. It's not a big deal. We can do that. And again, if we inhale and we feel like or we exhale, that's generally emotional. Okay. Or sometimes you'll hear the lungs change in someone's voice. You'll hear the tone of their voice change. You can also hear, as in Chinese medicine, we learn the sound of someone's voice. So we can tell an organ that's out of balance by the tone of their voice. And a liver energy that's full in an unbalanced way almost sounds like someone is shouting. Like every word that comes out is like a shout. So they don't, and their voice usually is loud too, but it's not like, it's a tone, and it's a sharp tone. Someone who, for example, I'll give you another, who has very weak lung chi, their voice can sound very wispy like this, and this is how they talk because there's no lung chi. Someone who has a kidney energy that is out of balance can sound very whiny. They have a whiny tone to their voice. I wish I could be like a mimic and do all this stuff for you because it's really fascinating when you're listening to people. The reason why I share this with you is because the breath is one of the fastest ways to improve your chi. And so, if we pay attention to the breath, because posture, breath, and intention are the three most important things in Qigong, if we pay attention to how we use our breath and how we bring our breath in, you can do that for yourself all during the day. So, go ahead.